presentation, Women and Water Education in Armenia, aimed to highlight the success stories in water education implemented in Armenia in 2019. So I've chosen the interesting project related to water implemented in Armenia in 2019 with the initiative and involvement of women. Yes, in general, the constitution and the legal framework of Armenia guarantee and promote equality and non-discrimination on the basis of sex. And educational access and attainment in Armenia show a relatively high level of equality, as you can see on this chart. And this is the gender gap index scores provided from the Statistics Service of Armenia. As you can see here, the enrollment of girls and boys is almost equal, but the difference is reversed in the middle and higher educational enrollment figures. And yes, and this shift could perhaps be related to the significant differential in preliminary vocational institutions, with only 24% of girls enrolled, reflecting both traditional gender differences in the skilled trade and technical enrollment sectors, and the numbers of boys opted for this rather than pursuing higher qualifications. Although women are more likely to enter postgraduate and higher professional education, they are less likely to finally obtain an academic degree. And women account for only 28% who require PhD. And there is also some difference between the sectors. Like all the sectors, there is the same percentage of women and men enrolled. Besides the STEM sector, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, where women are only 38% graduates. But for us, yes, like for water sector, yes, I have identified some success stories of only 2019 related to water education. The first one is enabling women to participate in sustainable water management in Armenia. This is an UNDF project implemented in Armenia, and this project is helping women devise sustainable strategies for the management of water in the Arat-Volil region. The project is implemented by Armenian Women for Health and Healthy Environment, this NGO, and it involves a wide range of activities, from holding discussions on tariff compensation to trainings to project design for community representatives. It aims to enhance women's groups' knowledge and skills on water management and support their capacity to implement an effective and equal repartition of the water resources in the communities. The knowledge, attitudes, and practices baseline study was conducted in April 2019 in the 10 most vulnerable communities, and it has demonstrated the urgent need to inform the populations on issues related to water scarcity and hygiene, including the necessity to decrease water waste. Two of the key activities are the launch of a regional awareness campaign on sanitation and the promotion of the slogan "Water is Life." In the context of that campaign, staff members of the organization have been visiting schools in remote areas of the country and organizing some trainings and speaking with people and diffusing this idea. Another activity was a WASH training that took place last May in the village of Taperakan and Burastan. This activity was, in addition to the simple presentation of sanitation standards to children, it was a catalyst to reach out to parents and school employees and raise their awareness on adequate water management in everyday life. Part of the organization's work also consists of enhancing the cooperation between communities and local authorities, and in this sense, an impressive effort has been made to develop a large network that today includes officials, community groups, and stakeholders. And one of the upcoming challenges is now to engage water providers in improving the existing infrastructure in the region. Yes, so The other one, another interesting initiative is the European Union Water Initiative for Eastern Partnership that was set for the period for 2016 to 2020. Yes. Uh, in November 2017, the signature of a new agreement between European Union and Armenia aims significantly deepening their relations. With this agreement, among other things, Armenia takes obligation to approximate its legislation to the EU Act and international instruments. And in the field of water quality and resources management, this approximation includes five directives that you can see here. This is the directive for Water Framework Directive, Floods Directive, Urban Wastewater, Drinking Water, and Nitrates Directives. Mm. The aim of the European Union funding Transboundary Project EU Water Initiative Plus for the Eastern Partnership is to improve the sustainable management of water resources in 6 countries of the European Eastern Neighbourhood Policy. So this initiative is for ensuring and like support to approximate the legislation and everything to these five directives. For this purpose, monitoring capacities and management plans for river basins and transboundary rivers in Armenia, Azerbaijan, Georgia, Moldova, Belarus, and Ukraine has been developed and will be implemented. And the aim is to meet the standards of the EU Water Framework Directives, as I mentioned. Experts from European Union member state institutions, together with the partners, are in the process of setting up water monitoring systems, which will be applied in model regions in every country. To implement the new tools in the best possible way, training sessions are provided for the institutions in charge, and appropriate administrative management will be developed in the country. In the EU Water Initiative Plus Project Consortium, French and Austrian experts, mainly from Environment Agency Austria, the Federal Ministry of Sustainability and Tourism, and the International Office for Water in France, and all these people are assigned to work in the partnership in the EU partnership Eastern Partnership countries, and UNEC and OECD are further partners for this project, supporting national policy reforms and institutional strengthening. Of course, all the targeted results include education and awareness raising component that is ensured with the trainings in cooperation with the Armenian local civil society organizations. In 2019, EUWI Plus initiative with CWP, Country Water Partnership, organized water quality monitoring trainings for Sevan Lake and Razdan River Basin schools for the teachers there, and they organize also awareness raising campaigns for World Environment Day, World Water Monitoring Day, and other training sessions. In June 2019, about 250 school children and 30 teachers of secondary schools took part in water quality monitoring training sessions in the basins of Lake Sevan and the Razdan River. In practical summer workshops on water quality sampling and monitoring, they tested water samples using water quality toolkits provided by EUWI+. For World Water Monitoring Day, the pupils presented their results at an official event in Sevan, and their findings were included in the EUWI Plus and World Water Monitoring Day website. I have included the links that you can see in the end of the presentation. So if you want to go far and learn more on the results of the pupils, or to know in depth how these projects were implemented, you have the links, and yeah, you have the information there. Another interesting project is FEW project. This is a participatory utilization of resource efficiency of water. This project is funded by USAID, with U.S. government and with partners, with partner NGOs in Armenia, like Country Water Partnership, Environment Law and Research Center of the Yerevan State University, and Urban Foundation for Sustainable Development. The goal of this project is to contribute to the increased water productivity, efficiency, and quality, as well as to foster behavioral change to reduce the rate of groundwater extraction in the Arat Valley. The project has different components. One component is like policies, regulatory improvements to foster citizen participation, or another component is small-scale water infrastructure pilot projects. But as for fostering behavioral change, there are two main components. This is participation in and oversight of water resources management and public awareness education and behavioral change. So the project has like components exactly for awareness raising. Target communities are communities in Arat and Armanvir regions. Arat region is the same region that I mentioned in the beginning, the first case. So basically, these two regions are more vulnerable, and the water resources are not well managed, especially in these regions. And there are some milestones reached until now. In general, this PUE project is from 2017 to 2020. So this year is the last year of the project. Some milestones are reached. 1,450 people are educated in the region, and from them, 47% are women and 54% are youth. These are people from schools, like from NGOs that participated in different activities like monitoring, advocacy, and also trainings on integrated water management practices. 2,200 people reached out by awareness campaigns in the target communities, and they organized educational workshops, peer-to-peer exchange among communities, educational tours to the fisheries, artesian wells, and other activities. And they also involved local civil society organizations. And you can see on some photos of these activities. Yeah, and the last success story of today is the partnership between the Armenian Ministry of the Environment and USAID Aspired project. And the USAID Aspired project conducted training course on the new calculation method of the ecological flow in the Armenian rivers. The new method of determination of the ecological flow has been developed by the Clean Energy and Water Program of USAID in 2015 and adopted by the government of Armenia in January 2018. Realizing the need for additional training, the Water Resources Management Agency of the Armenian Ministry requested USAID project experts who elaborated the method to provide in-depth training for the specialists of the ministry, estimating the ecological flow values as part of water use permitting and compliance insurance. This training combined both theory and practice, and the course was a useful experience for the participants, the specialists of the various divisions of the Ministry of the Environment and Ministry of the Agriculture. They had different topics there, like starting from general overview of data management, GIS system and general hydrology, and gradually going to the method of determination of monthly and annual ecological flow values of both studied and unstudied rivers of Armenia, using Arta River as an example, and other components were included in the training course. And another training course organized was on GIS, also organized by USAID Aspired project specialists, and it was also designed by the request of the Water Resource Management Agency, and it improved the participants' skills in the practical use of the GIS namely working with various types of data and design a thematic map, statistical data generation, data exporting, and etc. Yes, here you can see references, and if you have questions, like feel free to ask me today or later. My contacts are available here, so I have the contacts of this organization, and if you want to replicate or cooperate with them, just feel free to contact me. I will connect you with them